A loud designer bag can cost $4,000 and still be mostly a billboard. The leather may be good, the stitching may be clean, but the first thing people notice is not the construction. It is the logo doing all the work. That is why quiet luxury bags are different. The signal is not printed across the front. It is in the shape, the leather, and the hardware. It's in the way the handle sits and whether the bag still looks expensive when nobody can read the name. A rich woman who already owns the obvious status bags is not always trying to be recognized by everyone in the room. Sometimes she is trying to be recognized by the two people who know exactly what they are looking at. If you want fashion breakdowns based on material, construction, and real value instead of brand hype, subscribe before we start. For this list, the bag has to pass a few tests. It needs little or no visible branding. It needs a clean silhouette that will not look tired after one trend cycle. It needs leather, suede, or hardware that explains at least part of the price. And most importantly, it cannot be the obvious answer. That matters because some quiet luxury bags are not very quiet anymore. The Margot is a perfect example. It has no huge logo, but fashion people now recognize it instantly. Once a bag becomes the default quiet luxury reference, the signal changes. It stops feeling hidden and starts feeling like another status uniform. The more interesting bags sit slightly under that spotlight. They look simple from across the room, but up close, the details start talking. The first one does that at a price that is still far below the traditional luxury houses, which is exactly why it makes so many expensive-looking outfits work. The Stockholm is basically a modern bowling bag, soft curves, a zip top, a structured handle, and very little noise. In black fine grain, mocha suede, or dark chocolate suede, it has that polished look that works with a wool coat, straight-leg jeans, tailored trousers, or a simple knit dress. It does not need a gold chain screaming for attention. The shape is doing enough. That is the part most shoppers miss. Quiet luxury is not always about buying the most expensive bag in the room. It is about choosing the bag that does not collapse visually when the outfit is simple. If you wear a plain coat, clean shoes, and small jewelry, the Stockholm still looks intentional. It does not need the rest of the outfit to rescue it. Number 5, DeMellier Stockholm. Most shoppers still think quiet luxury starts at $2,000 or $3,000. That is the mistake this bag exposes. The Stockholm does not have the history of Hermes, the fashion gravity of the Row, or the resale mythology of Chanel. But that is also why it works. It gives you the rich woman shape without charging you for a century of status storytelling. The full-size Stockholm is listed around £525, the midi sits around £450, and the small Stockholm comes in around £395. That is not cheap for a handbag, but in the designer bag market, it changes the math. A logo-heavy luxury tote can be 6 or 8 times that price before you even get into exotic leather or limited colors. With DeMellier, the money is going into a cleaner shape, Italian leather, and a design that looks expensive because it stays controlled. Number 4, Toteme T-lock. A Toteme T-lock top handle can sit around $1,390, while some versions on Toteme's own store run around 10,900 Swedish krona for leather top handle styles. That puts it in a very specific zone. It is much more expensive than a mid-market bag, but still far below the most famous quiet luxury trophies. The price tag is serious, but it is not asking you to pay Hermes money for a plain shape. The reason rich women notice it is not the logo, it is the restraint. The T-lock has a curved flap, a clean body, and one piece of hardware doing the visual work. That lock is the signature, but it is not loud in the way a monogram canvas is loud. It gives the bag identity without turning it into an advertisement. That is a useful distinction. A lot of luxury bags are designed to be recognized from 20 feet away. The Toteme T-lock is designed to look good before you know what it is. In black leather, tan, camel, espresso, suede, or woven leather, it reads as controlled. It looks like the person carrying it made a choice, not like she walked into the most obvious store and bought the most obvious logo. Would you pay double for the same leather if the logo changed? That is the question this bag quietly asks. Toteme is not selling heritage on the level of the old French houses. It is selling proportion, Scandinavian minimalism, and a certain kind of visual discipline. For some buyers, that is exactly the point. This caveat is the hardware. Because the T-lock is the design feature, it also becomes the part you need to inspect. If hardware scratches easily, feels loose, or becomes annoying to open, the whole bag loses some of its value. Some shoppers also find the shape more beautiful than practical, depending on size and lifestyle. This is not the bag I would recommend for someone who throws keys, receipts, makeup, a laptop charger, and a water bottle into one giant tote every morning. But if your wardrobe is built around tailoring, long coats, simple denim, fine knits, and neutral shoes, the T-lock earns its place. It gives the outfit a focal point without shouting over it. That is why it has become a fashion person bag, not just a shopper bag. It tells people you know the code. The next one is even sharper. It is smaller, more polished, and easier to overlook if you are only scanning for logos. But that is exactly why it has become one of the most interesting, quiet luxury bags in the room. Number 3, Savette Symmetry Pochette. This is the bag for the woman who does not need a giant tote to prove the point. A Savette Symmetry Pochette can sit around $1,290, $1,390. Or climb higher depending on the leather and finish. That price is not casual, but it is also not trying to compete by being huge. The value is in the proportion, the structure, and the fact that it looks almost too plain until you see it styled well. The Symmetry Pochette has the quiet luxury formula in a very concentrated form. Clean body, controlled shape, minimal hardware, no obvious logo doing the talking. It has that small, polished, slightly formal look that works with a black dress, a long coat, tailored trousers, or a simple white shirt. If you removed every brand name from the room, this bag would still look expensive because the lines are disciplined. That is where many logo bags lose. They rely on recognition first and construction second. Savette goes the other direction. The recognition is subtle, mostly for people who already follow bags closely. To everyone else, it just looks like a beautiful little leather object. That is the hidden part. The Symmetry Pochette is also a good example of how rich woman style often depends on what is left out. No extra chains, no dangling charms, no giant buckle, no print that takes over the outfit. A bag leaves space around the clothes. That makes a simple outfit look more deliberate. Because nothing is fighting for attention. But there is a practical limitation. This is not the bag for your laptop, water bottle, charger, sunglasses case, and emergency cardigan. If you judge value only by how much a bag can carry, the pochette will look overpriced. Its job is not capacity, its job is polish. It is a dinner bag, a gallery bag, a meeting bag for someone who carries less because the rest of her day has already been handled. That distinction matters. Quiet luxury is not always practical in the everyday sense. Sometimes it is practical socially. It gives the right signal without making the outfit feel desperate for status. A Symmetry Pochette says the buyer understands restraint, and restraint is expensive because it gives bad design nowhere to hide. If you want the most useful version, avoid overly trendy finishes first. Smooth black, deep brown, or a quiet neutral will usually give more cost per wear than a color that only works with 3 outfits. The shape is already distinctive enough. Let the leather do the work. The next bag softens the whole idea. It is less structured, more relaxed, and still expensive in a way that does not need a logo across the front. Number 1, Métier Incognito and Private Eye. This is where quiet luxury stops being about looking minimal and starts being about how the bag actually works. Métier is not the cheapest name here. It is not even close. The Incognito line starts around $1,750 for smaller suede versions, moves into the $2,450 to $2,850 range for mid-sizes. and reaches around $2,950 to $3,150 for the larger incognito 36 and 42 styles. The private eye goes higher, with mini versions around $3,750 to $3,950 and larger versions moving past $5,000. So why would someone choose this instead of a more recognizable designer bag? Because the value is hidden in the function. The incognito line is built around discrete magnetic pockets, an inset top zipper, and a shape that looks simple until you use it. The private eye is described as a lightweight carry-all with many pockets, which sounds boring until you realize how rare that is in expensive handbags. A lot of luxury bags are beautiful until you need them to behave like bags. They sag in the wrong place, have one dark hole inside, or scratch easily. Métier's advantage is that it treats organization as part of the luxury, not an afterthought, part of the product. That is a rich woman's signal most people miss. The obvious luxury buyer pays for recognition. The quieter buyer pays for ease. She wants the laptop to fit, the zipper to close, and the phone to have a pocket. She wants the bag to stay composed and the leather to look better with use instead of falling apart after one season. Those details do not photograph as loudly as a logo, but they matter every single day. The caveat is simple. This is not the value pick. If you carry one main bag for work, travel, and long days, the hidden organization can start to justify itself. At these prices, you should be honest about your life. That is the real test behind every bag on this list. If the logo disappeared tomorrow, would the bag still look worth money? DeMellier wins on entry price, Toteme on restraint, Savette on polish, Khaite on softness, Métier wins on hidden function. The best quiet luxury bags do not beg strangers to notice them. They reward people who know how to look. Drop your pick in the comments and subscribe for more.